So there's a legal fight inside the legal fight between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and it's all about what information should stay private in this case. And honestly, this is why people settle. Lively's team wants a protective order with an attorney's eyes only designation, meaning certain evidence would be so restricted that not even Baldoni himself could see it.
B-list actress Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are not going to be pleased when they find this out. As I had previously speculated and told you all, Justin Baldoni is not paying his legal bills.
What would that negotiation process look like, do you think?
So there needs to be a settlement. Keith and I agree on this 100%. And by the way, this case can settle. Every case feels like it cannot be settled, but this one will settle, in my opinion. I mean, there's a 99% chance it settles before it goes.
Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's protracted legal battle appears to be inching toward a resolution, with recent reports suggesting that a settlement may finally be on the horizon. This ongoing saga has not only captivated the media, but has also sparked intense speculation among fans and industry insiders.
What Blake needs to do, in my opinion, if she would call me and ask me, I'd give her the same advice, and that is, you need to fall on your sword. You need to ask for forgiveness of Baldoni. You need to come up with some number that you're going to write a check out to him behind the scenes that nobody knows about, and then you need to come out publicly with no excuses and say, look, I was wrong. I overstated some things. Don't blame. I was going through a tough time. Just accept it. The American people are so forgiving. They will forgive her. The people that are paying attention to this will forgive her if she truly apologizes and takes responsibility for what she's done.
While the specifics of the case remain largely under wraps, the potential for a settlement has ignited discussions about the financial and professional ramifications for both stars. Many are left wondering whether this agreement will mark the end of a contentious legal dispute or if further twists and turns are still to come. If Blake were to seek my advice, I would suggest that she take a moment to reflect on her situation and consider a path forward that emphasizes accountability.
Are Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds getting close to settling? Interesting story popped up out of the Daily Mail yesterday that basically says that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are already exhausted by this lawsuit and experiencing mental anguish. Very interesting. Now, Daily Mail did in fact try and get in touch with their reps to see if this was in fact true, but a source close to them is revealing that the actress is really pushing to get this all buttoned up. And in fact, she saw the Monday court date that they had where the judge issued a warning to Baldoni's legal team that essentially was like, both parties are not allowed to litigate this in public. They're not allowed to continue the barrage, no gag order, but just a warning, not allowed to continue the barrage of information because they could potentially taint the jury pool if in fact this goes to trial in March of 2026. So very, very interesting.
A sincere apology to Baldoni, coupled with a financial settlement that remains confidential, could serve as a powerful step toward resolution. By publicly acknowledging any missteps without making excuses, she could potentially win back the goodwill of the public. The American audience is often forgiving, especially when someone takes full responsibility for their actions and expresses genuine remorse.
But there's also a redemption story that could be had here. But trying to talk Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds into settling right now, that's probably their lawyers are having a difficult time with that.
Yeah, I see all of the pain coming out. Today, they revealed in Deadpool 2, a stunt person was killed. And you get these stories that mean nothing to the case, but it's terrible PR, especially when you're really a billion-dollar brand like Reynolds and the family are.
According to a report from the Daily Mail, Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are reportedly feeling the weight of this ongoing legal conflict with Justin Baldoni. The intense nature of the lawsuit has not only drained their finances, but has also taken a toll on their mental well-being. Sources close to the couple indicate that they are eager to settle the case rather than endure the stress of a prolonged court battle, particularly with a trial date looming on the horizon.
One of the co-founders of Wayfarer, his production company, is Steve Sarowitz. And there's no sorrow with him because Steve Sarowitz is a billionaire. And my two independent sources have confirmed that since Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are suing his production company, his billionaire friend and co-founder is fronting all of the legal bills. And Steve has said, spare no expense. We are not going to be intimidated into settling.
The Daily Mail recently highlighted that Lively and Reynolds are feeling overwhelmed by the lawsuit, with their representatives confirming that the actress is keen to bring this chapter to a close. A recent court date saw the judge issue a warning to Baldoni's legal team, emphasizing that both parties should refrain from litigating in public to avoid tainting the jury pool ahead of a potential trial set for March 2026. This warning underscores the seriousness of the situation and the potential consequences of continued public discourse surrounding the case.
So Blake No Teeth Lively is ready to move forward with her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, but first, she needs evidence, and she wants Justin Baldoni to give it to her. In more ways than one, allegedly. So part of what Blake Lively needs to prove that this alleged smear campaign went down is actual evidence, right? So her legal team plans to subpoena the phone records of Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Melissa Nathan, Jennifer Abel, Jed Wallace, all of them, even Steve Sorowitz, which in a discovery process is fairly standard, right? Despite the fact that the New York Times claimed that they had thousands of pages that were handed over by Blake's team in order to confirm the details to publish in the New York Times, right? Except she wants to subpoena all of their phone records, including locations, text message, regardless of the recipient, regardless of the subject matter, dating back 2 years.
As a prominent Hollywood couple with a billion-dollar brand built on films, endorsements, and various business ventures, a protracted legal battle could jeopardize their carefully curated public image and future opportunities. Past controversies, such as the tragic death of a stunt person during the filming of Deadpool 2, have resurfaced, adding to the negative press surrounding this case. By opting to settle, Lively could regain control of the narrative, mitigate reputational damage, and move forward without the burden of long-term consequences.
So yesterday it was announced that Blake Lively's team had asked to subpoena Justin Baldoni's phone, meaning, and not only Justin Baldoni, the entire team that they had sued, meaning like 5 or 6 people, and they want not only to look at text messages in regards to the case, but in regards to everything.
And they want to go back 2.5 years.
Yes, with their internet browser history, so they can see whatever they Googled. I mean, if they do that to anyone's phone, you're gonna find stuff that are suspicious, don't you think? I mean, you Google many weird things. I think for them to ask to have access to Justin Baldoni's text to his wife, I mean, isn't that outrageous?
It sounds like an overreach, if you ask me.
Yeah, or like Justin Baldoni's lawyer called it, a fishing expedition, which is a word he used on purpose, I think, because that's a word that judges don't really like. And this is, like he also pointed out, this is not a criminal case, and Blake is not the FBI. This is a civil case. So I think asking for this, do you think they're going to get it through from the judge?
Not altogether, but you know, it is you can do it in defamation cases, though.
Yeah, but I think limited in defamation cases.
However, convincing Lively and Reynolds to settle may prove challenging for their legal team. The ongoing legal battle has brought to light various issues, including the resurfacing of past controversies that could further complicate their public image. The stakes are high, and the pressure to resolve the matter amicably is palpable. Despite the pressure to settle, Baldoni's legal defense is backed by billionaire Steve Sorowitz, who has reportedly vowed to spare no expense in the fight against Lively and Reynolds.
The tea is flowing in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively case involving Taylor Swift and Brian Friedman and all the characters that are involved. And the cross-fighting here in the legal documents, Justin responds to subpoena. Say, hey, this is a massive fishing expedition. It goes back and forth, and that's where we land on the actual documents that we're about to share with you. Umbrella Guy, friend of the program, says Blake Lively wants 2.5 years of Justin Baldoni. Calls, texts, real-time location. Watch. It's all because she's attempting further character assassination since her Me Too claims didn't end him. Now, as we know, she claims he harassed her, SH, right? And that's really the big story. But she's also going to claim that he was part of a smear campaign. He's going to argue, That was in retaliation. We were just planning a retaliation if you were going to come after me.
Sarowitz's financial resources far exceed those of Reynolds, adding an intriguing dynamic to this high-profile legal showdown. With a trial date set for March 2026, the outcome of this case remains uncertain, and the potential for a lengthy legal battle looms large. In a notable twist, Sarowitz is a co-founder of Wayfarer Studios, the production company involved in the lawsuit.
Like, oh, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, my besties. Do you think that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively had anything to do with it?
This is what Justin Baldoni's team is saying, right? They're saying that Ryan Reynolds pressured WME to fire Baldoni.
Yeah.
And of course, that has been denied by WME. But why then did they fire Baldoni? There are more quotes though out there, and he's saying that I am the man that did it. What did he say? I'm a ride or die guy.
Yeah.
So he takes credit for firing him, and then he's making fun of his last name by calling him Bologna or something like that.
Yeah, Baldoni.
Baldoni, and then he corrects himself and says Baldoni.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, and that's someone they represented for more than 5 years apparently.
Sources indicate that he is personally covering all legal expenses and has instructed his team to resist any pressure to settle. This determination to fight could prolong the legal proceedings, making it even more critical for Lively and Reynolds to consider their options carefully. Meanwhile, Lively's legal team is actively seeking evidence of an alleged smear campaign against her, including subpoenas for phone and internet records from Baldoni and his associates.
We plan to release every single text messages between the two of them. We want the truth to be out there. We want the documents to be out there. We want people to make their determination based on receipts.
Justin Baldoni is firing back after Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against the actor, accusing him of unprofessional and sexually inappropriate behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. She also accused him of coordinating a smear campaign.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no.
Baldoni is now suing the New York Times after the paper published a story about Lively's allegations.
Do you plan to sue Blake Lively?
Absolutely.
You will?
Yes.
Baldoni claims that the text messages in Lively's lawsuit were taken out of context or excluded. The New York Times said in a statement that they stand by their reporting and plan to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. Lively said previously that she hopes her suit helps pull back the curtain on these sinister retaliatory tactics to harm people who speak up about misconduct.
It turns out that Blake Lively was caught on tape talking about how she manipulates people around her in order to take control of the movies upon which she works. Oops!
I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say, but I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
Oh my God. And then she did exactly that to Justin Baldoni, apparently. If you want to write your own script, you should go write your own script. If you want to sign on to a movie with the understanding that you're going to actually make script changes, then great. But if the idea is that you sign on as an actor and then you turn around and try to take control of the script, this makes you a jerk.
This aggressive legal strategy aims to uncover any evidence that could support her claims of retaliation following her allegations of misconduct during the filming of It Ends With Us. However, Baldoni's legal team has criticized these subpoenas as overly broad and a fishing expedition, arguing that they infringe on the privacy of not only Baldoni, but also others connected to him.
It is hard to overstate how broad, invasive, and atypical these subpoenas truly are. And by the way, the judge will know. I mean, a layman like me, I don't really know what's going on, but a judge will know, hey, this is too much. They are asking for too much, and we'll have to see. This is civil litigation, not a criminal prosecution, and the Lively parties are not the FBI. Yet the subpoenas seek not only the complete call and text history of each of the targets over a period of several years, no matter the sender, recipient, or subject matter, but also over the same period, real-time location information in data logs reflecting, among other things, web browsing history. This would include, of course, materials protected from disclosure by a laundry list of statutes and privileges, among them the attorney-client privilege, the spousal privilege, and the physician-patient privilege. Moreover, the information sought by the subpoenas is wildly disproportionate to the needs of the case and unnecessarily invades the privacy of untold members of third parties, including family, friends, business partners, and quite literally any other person with whom any of the targets have communicated with over a period of years. And the real bottom line is we're going to find out what kind of porn people are searching. That's what we're going to find out. Oh, why are you watching the Barcelona track and field competition on YouTube? Why are you watching pole vaulting? Well, I got a thing for pole vaulters. It's the, whatever. You're going to find out a lot of information. The Lively part, I don't have a thing for pole vaulters. I just use that as an example. I don't want any pole vaulters to come after me. The Lively part, male or female, as we saw this past year in the Olympics.
The legal battle continues to unfold, with both sides preparing for what could be a lengthy and contentious trial. The public remains captivated by the drama surrounding Lively, Baldoni, and the various personalities involved, including the potential implications for their careers and reputations. The case has also drawn in other notable figures, further complicating the narrative and adding layers of intrigue. Political commentator Candace Owens has publicly supported Baldoni, suggesting that subpoenas should also be issued for Taylor Swift.
Now, Baldoni's lawsuit is 179 pages, so in case you don't have time to read through it all, I want to read you a direct quote from the complaint that essentially summarizes everything that Baldoni is alleging. He says, "Lively wields immense power as one of the world's best-known celebrities. She set out to destroy plaintiffs' livelihoods and businesses if they did not bend to her incessant demands, and when they refused to give way, she did exactly that, accusing them of foul and reprehensible sexual misconduct." Now, I reached out to Baldoni's attorney, who tells me that they have copious amounts of text messages and emails and other evidence that they say proves that Baldoni did nothing wrong. I reached out to a representative for Blake and Ryan. They have not responded yet.
Referencing communications that indicate Swift's management informed Lively of a rift in their friendship following the lawsuit. Owens contends that Swift feels exploited by Lively and prefers to distance herself from the legal conflict, emphasizing the broader impact of the dispute on personal relationships within the celebrity circle. As the situation develops, it is clear that the implications of this case extend beyond the courtroom, affecting personal relationships and reputations within the entertainment industry.
I'm live here to let you know in case you missed it. Obviously, yesterday I teased that there's a lot of evidence here that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were very, very close at the time that all this went down with Justin Baldoni. Beyond the text message, a lot of things they were doing was very Taylor Swifty, dropping the Easter egg. So we dedicated our whole episode to that, and I gave you the timeline of her breakup with Joe Alwyn. By the way, if you guys, for the few of you who are not following the story and don't know why this is a big deal, it's because it's the Me Too movement. I have 3 sons. It matters. So this morning, wake up, Taylor Swift's marketing team has inserted into the Daily Mail top headline that her and Blake Lively are no longer friends and that she feels used and she doesn't want to be pulled into this lawsuit. All of this garbage, okay? I'm telling you, first off, read the article. You should go to Daily Mail. You should read the article, and then I'm going to debunk things that were said in that article because Taylor Swift is trying to pull out. This is what happens. When the light comes, the cockroaches all run, but I'm not done. I want her subpoenaed because there's evidence here.
The ongoing legal battle has highlighted the complexities of navigating fame, power dynamics, and the consequences of public allegations in a highly scrutinized environment. In light of these developments, many are left to ponder the broader implications of Lively's lawsuit against Baldoni. Do you believe her claims are justified? What impact do you think this legal battle will have on their careers and public images? Share your thoughts in the comments below as the story continues to unfold and capture the attention of the public and media alike.
I've been following, as a lot of people have, this situation between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and I must stress, I don't know either of them. I've never met either of them, and I wasn't on the set, so I can't speak to any of that. But what I will say is, what it has highlighted is this machine that goes into effect when a woman complains about something legitimately offensive, upsetting, harmful, or whatever in this industry.